everybody. Welcome this Friday morning to Craft Alliance in our new home at 5080 Del Mar. We're very excited to be here, and we're super excited to be finally opening our Artists in Residence exhibition in our Steinberg Gallery. It took a huge team effort to get this show up, so I want to thank the whole staff for all that they've done, and I'm excited to show you the exhibition. I do want to let you guys know this show is open, but our galleries will be open on Wednesday, October 7th. We will start being open the shop and the exhibition gallery only from 10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. But if you would like to take a tour and see the rest of the building in progress as we build our studios, please visit our website, and you can sign up for studio tours of the building Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, so just check it out online. We'd love to have you. We are following all COVID safety precautions, so please have a mask on. We will ask you to use hand sanitizer, and we're practicing social distancing. So please bear with us as we all survive this pandemic. So I'm very excited to walk you into our Steinberg Gallery. So let me tell you a little bit about our residency program. We started the residency program in 2008. Craft Alliance has been around for over 50 years, and it was at a point where we were thinking, how else can we help artists? How do we populate the craft community? And here was a time to put in a residency program. We work so much with kids building their portfolio to get them to an art career. We help artists once they are working and in the shop and teaching. So we had a gap of really allowing artists to have time and space to work on a body of work. The residency has evolved into a real professional development opportunity. We encourage all of our artists to teach, whether they're new teachers or experienced teachers, give them that professional development. We ask them to be involved in our community programs, whether it's giving an artist talk or just meeting with our diverse population. And we also ask them to have this amazing exhibition. So we're really glad that we have these three artists here with us today. I'm going to introduce you to Jeff. Jeff has always been a part of our Craft Alliance family. He's been teaching with us for many years in our wood studio. And we were thrilled to get him into our residency program and really see how he pushed material, he played, he experimented. He was like a mad scientist outside the wood turning studio. He started his residency in July 2019 and was with us for 6 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting all of this together for us. The space is fantastic. Being able to come in and seeing the collection from the three of us in one area at the same time is really quite impressive. So I hope you can all come down and check this out for yourself in person.
So I just wanted to ask you, how has the residency enhanced your studio practice?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. My goal, my purpose in applying for the residency was to help me actually pursue more of the artist education side of things. Coming from a art-based retail manufacturing process, I already knew how to create pretty items, but I really didn't know what it meant to be an artist, and I wanted that educational aspect. But in doing so, I also found the experimentational element was really something that I enjoyed as well. It just gave me the opportunity to do things that I would not have normally tried to do in my own studio space.
Anything you're going to keep in your practice from all your play?
Everything. I'm keeping everything in my practice from all of my play. It's all, everything that I've done, and we've talked about this before, even the failures, the things that did not go the way that I had expected or hoped, it's still part of the process, and a happy little failure is sometimes the exact solution for another problem that you find down the road. So I think I will keep everything in my repertoire.
I do want to mention that Jeff, along with this body of work that you can come and see here, also will be selling in our retail shop another beautiful line of woodwork pieces, walls and work and bowls. Just want to plug that as well for you. Let's walk over and see Erin. Erin King came to us from Columbia, and she got her MFA there, working with Joe Steely and other great artists in the fiber program. And Erin started in July 2019 as well. Yeah, welcome.
Hi.
So why don't you tell us about how the residency enhanced your practice?
Okay. Where to start? Yeah, so coming out of being in the MFA program, the works that we see right here obviously were like pieces left from my MFA work. And because I had like this whole gallery where every single piece that was in the exhibition was came together as like greater than the sum of their parts, or like they became a unified whole. It was really weird, kind of like, okay, now that I've finished this piece, what do I do now? I kind of like have this free license to kind of work however I feel like again. But I also had this tendency in grad school of like, I would have these little tiny pieces or projects that would be like anywhere between like just little like exercises or weird little like odd, absurd things that I would just work on for a little bit. Or they'd be like things that went to like 75% completion, but then I'd be like, I don't really know how to resolve it. And so I feel like the residency really helped me to go back to some of these pieces or some of these little artifacts that I had kind of played around with in grad school and held on to, and actually be able to either repurpose them or bring them to a point of conclusion in a way that I don't think that I would have been able to at the time when I started them. So I feel like I have this kind of theme, at least through my art practice, where it's like cyclical, where it's like, okay, I'm going to work with this thing, and then I'm going to like set it aside for a couple weeks or months or years, and then eventually it's going to come back again. And so like kind of like what Jeff was saying of like kind of things always having a meaning or purpose to it, even if you're not really sure what it is at that point.
So how do you think your body of work will evolve now that you're on your own?
That's a good question as well. I fell in love with this body of work, and I still have a piano action at home that I'm like slowly taking apart, and I also really enjoyed making pieces that paired with like music boxes or other ways of like having an art piece that then is translated into a musical output. And that kind of has been on hold, at least during the last year or so. So I'm hoping to kind of revisit back to that, but I've also like been really interested in like making, when I was teaching like the introductory surface design class or the experimental basketry class, I was revisiting these other processes that I don't primarily use, and so that was like helping me come back to like, one of the like things that I do a lot is I have these like circular motifs like in my mask here, like this is a pattern that I made, and so it's like just either drawing circles on top of circles or coiling things and making these almost like Celtic symbols of spirituality or whatever. So it's just like finding these other ways of like kind of revisiting that theme of circles on circles, and then like once you have that one tenet, then it really kind of just like explodes outward and is like, really, I can do anything and it still falls into my body of work. But people kind of like, because they don't look visually related, then people might be confused. But I'm like, that's still like my main thing is like, well, it's still there somewhere, either in the process or the material or the actual visual of the artwork.
Great, thank you so much. I just also want you guys to know that we will be doing in-depth artist talks with each of our residents, lunchtime talks starting in 2 weeks. Our first one will be with Erin on Tuesday, October 13th. We'll get a chance to really talk about Jeff's work on Wednesday, October 21st, and really dive into Whitney's work on Wednesday the 28th. So I invite you to come back, just take a little lunch break, listen to the artists talk about their work. It'll be great. So let's slowly check out more of Erin's work as we walk towards Whitney. I also want you guys to know that we have our residency application out there. We're looking for artists by the 25th of October. In our new space, we're going to take 2 artists in residence to be here with us. So please check that out, look online, and of course email or call with any questions. So Whitney was dabbling in our ceramic studio before she became an artist in resident. She actually started her residency in January of 2019, and she was playing with ceramics, came to us from Savannah, SCAD?
Yes, SCAD in Atlanta.
SCAD in Atlanta. So Whitney, your turn. How has the residency affected your work or your creative process?
I think the residency gave me my first time since grad school, not just a place to utilize my time, but to really spread out and have the privacy that I needed to explore my work and where I was going with my work. I've had this fascination with slip casting for years, and it really gave me the resources that I needed and the people that I needed to get this journey started, and to, just start adopting new just processes and techniques, and just gave me the space and the time to start a new body of work, explore new content, and which for me can be a really vulnerable place when I'm trying to embark on a new journey in my creative process. I'm pretty sensitive to time and place, and the residency really provided me with all of that.
Whitney and Jeff both took the opportunity. We give a $500 professional development stipend, and you actually went and took a workshop.
Yes, I did, and that was for about 4 years. I had wanted to take Martha Grover's workshop in her private studio, and that's in Bethel, Maine, and I was able to use that $500 to pay for the majority of that workshop, and I traveled there. I spent a week with her and had, I think, one of the most incredible and most insightful experiences of my artistic life, yes. So, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, we're excited to get Whitney back into our studios when they're up and running. I do want to bring Jeff and Erin around. One of the great things about having all these artists together where they do get a studio to work is that they really influence each other. There's a lot of conversation about materials. How do you use this? Have you ever played with that? Have you ever used this tool? And that's so much of this artistic journey, right? Because you're not getting that anymore in graduate school or in your BFA program. And you have a group of artists who are really here to help you play and experiment and give you feedback. So I'd like Erin and Jeff to sort of talk about this collaborative piece that has come together around Corona or COVID. I am so sorry.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of positive that I can say has come out of 2020, but this piece and being able to work with Erin, and it was kind of a rush job. It really was. I started the bowl during the residency, so September of 2019, basically. And I had an idea. I had a story that I was thinking I wanted to tell, but I guess that story didn't need to be told at the time, even though I felt like it should be. I felt like I was forcing the process, and I just tucked the bowl away and figured I'd use it at some point for something, and kind of forgot about it. And then one day, just literally a couple of weeks ago, I was on Facebook, and I shouldn't have been, and I was watching the back and forth between everybody arguing about this and that, which I shouldn't have been. And somebody, no, actually everybody was claiming that the science was settled, but then there was a counterpoint. And it doesn't matter what your position is, somebody's always got a counterpoint. So I actually kind of muttered to myself, well, the science is settled to the point where it isn't. And that kind of kicked off this poem. And I happened to be messaging Erin about, I think we were talking about the exhibition in general, and I just started riffing with this poem, and she started encouraging me because of that. And then all of a sudden I've got this idea, well, I got that big bowl, and that can represent us, the global community, and I can do this and I can do that, but I need something to be a COVID molecule or a virus thing. And I remembered that Erin had made crocheted, right?
Yeah.
She had crocheted these neuron things that kind of looked like what I was envisioning the little COVID viruses could be. And I said, hey, if we did this, could you like crochet up a dozen or so of these things? And she's like, yeah, I could do that. Why? And I'll let her take it from there.
Yeah, it was funny because it was just kind of like Jeff was like, hey, I have a collaboration. And I was like, okay, so like how many are you thinking? What size? And he's like, whatever you feel like 8, 10, 12, however you want to make. And I was like, okay, I guess let's go with 12 because that was the biggest number that you gave. And I don't remember if I think it was like maybe 2.5 inches was like kind of the diameter we were looking at. So I just kind of started and because I'd been making all those like little crocheted neuron plushies, I kind of already had a system of how I make these where it's like, okay, I'm going to crochet some kind of colored nucleus, and then I use like the monofilament as like an external nucleus so that you can kind of see through it to the inside of it, and then using embroidery floss to make the little actual corona spikes on them, and then like kind of played around with like the different like internal colors and things like that just to kind of give a little bit of variety, but it just kind of came out as a happy accident kind of in actually having them be like the right size and the right quantity.
Yeah, and then because neither one of us apparently could help ourselves, we wanted to see this put together before we brought it down for the install. And with social distancing and everything, we decided let's meet for lunch. And Erin said, could it be someplace outside? And well, where do you live? And she lives down here in Afton. And what's close to you? And we found a food truck park, which was fantastic. If you've never been to a food truck park, wherever you live, go to one. Jeff says that's a good thing. So we're in the parking lot in the back of the truck. Just put the gate down. And we're putting this thing together, and it's like that's exactly what I was hoping it would look like, and it really worked out well. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you guys so much. And it's this excitement and energy from these artists that really keep us going. I'm just going to stand in front of Whitney's work, and hopefully Jesse can get a good shot of our beautiful new gallery here. I want to thank everybody who supports Craft Alliance. I really want to thank our membership and our board. Without you guys, the pulse of our craft community, both locally and nationally, is so important to Craft Alliance. Mark Whistling, our executive director, who's got us to this amazing building. And I want to thank behind the scenes Jesse Goodhart, who is our development director and communications director. I know that there's others behind the scene like Bailey, Kimmy, Andy, everybody who is wandering around. Again, our shop and gallery will be open at 5080 Delmar in the Delmar Makers District. We have a parking lot, so you can just pull on up. Our shop will be open not this Tuesday, but it will be open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 to 6, but we're going to open on the 7th. Give us a little bit of time to get through the hiccups of a new building and construction. We're excited for you guys to see it. Please, if you want to sign up for a tour, visit our website, and you can sign up if you have any questions. Give us a call. We're learning the phone system, but we got it. We're here for you, and we're excited.
Talk about the
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I'm living in moment to moment. We are also having a virtual ribbon cutting because this is how we live now, and we're super excited about it. It will be on Friday, October 9th. If you really want to support us, and we encourage you to, purchase a little gift bag. You'll get some bubbly and a little treat and some goodies, and you can sit at home with us online in the comfort of your couch and toast to our new future of another 50 years of Craft Alliance in our new building. So visit our website. Please, 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 if you don't sign up for our newsletter, we got a ton going on. We're hoping you can sign up for classes, both virtually and in person. Fingers crossed, we're going for October 21st here in person. Please bear with us. It's a new space, and we are definitely following all COVID safety procedures. And we're rolling those out as well as we enjoy our new home. Anything else I forgot as I look around the room at all the support here? Okay, great. Thank you guys so much. Please tune into their artist talks. We will be announcing those as well. I really can't wait to talk to each of them about this work. We didn't really have time to get into it today, but there's so much to be said here. And I want to thank all three artists for their dedication to their craft, for their dedication to Craft Alliance and being here and being part of our family. You're hooked now. You can never go away. We got our clutches in you. And I want to thank our community. Thank you so much.